Good morning. I'm David Caputo, Professor of Political Science at Pace University, and I'm pleased to be talking with you today. I want to talk to you about our MOOC, Massive Open Online course, entitled Political Science 350, Road to the White House. I'm teaching 3 versions of this course. The MOOC course is for those who are not interested in taking for credit and also not interested in paying tuition in order to get academic credit for it. So I hope those of you who have joined me will stay with me throughout the semester. I've done something similar for the off-year elections in 2014, and that was very successful. So let me just talk for a few minutes about what expectations are for students who are in the MOOC. Since it's asynchronous, it means you can come in and pick up material anytime. I'll be posting lectures and material twice a week. There'll be times that I'll have open discussion groups, which if you have the opportunity to come in and join for discussion, that would be fine. The emphasis is really on trying to ensure that you understand this very complex process that's going on. The news media and most reporters make this in essence a horse race with someone ahead or behind. I want to make sure you understand the process and how the process helps to determine the outcome, and how that process has a great deal to say about American democracy and the American democratic process. So we'll be looking at the process, we'll be trying to understand it, we'll be trying to understand the history of it, and we'll also try to understand how it's evolving, especially with 2 major changes that have been going on. One is the increased use of third-party money and the development of the new use of the new technology in terms of the internet, but also much of the software that is being used now in order to track individuals and their voting preferences and so forth. So we'll spend time talking about that. This is a very interesting area and an area that's very important to the future of democracy in the United States. And it's an area where you as students and as observers of the system will have a great deal of input as we go forward. Now, I'll be at times referring to a book which you may or may not want to try to get hold of. You can get this at any major bookstore. It's Stephen Wayne's Road to the White House. It is about a $100 book because it has a very short shelf life. It's written just for the 2016 election, but it is a very good source. So if you want to invest in that, it would be money wisely spent. One of the things that's important in here is that we're going to have a lot of divergent views. There are going to be people who feel strongly about certain candidates, people who feel strongly about certain issues. It is important that we remember that we can criticize comments based on the content, but we can't criticize nor impugn the individual making those comments. So we need to have civility. I will try to monitor this, and if anyone appears to be grossly out of hand, I will send them a separate email. It's never been a problem in the past, and I'm sure it won't be a problem here. All right, so the campaign for 2016 really began in 2012, right after Governor Romney was defeated by President Obama. One of the interesting questions that we'll be talking about this spring is what is the president's role in this both campaign for the nomination, but also the campaign in the fall. So even though the president is finishing up his 2nd term, he still will have a great deal of impact on the election. Some say negative, some say positive. It remains to be seen. Last thing I want to mention in this particular course, 2 things. First, we'll be using a lot of C-SPAN information. C-SPAN will have in their archives clips of speeches and things that have been given, which the media either didn't cover or summarized without really covering it in depth. You may be get a reference to that as we go along. And the other thing is, for those of you who are not only interested in learning, but you want to be active in the campaign, I'll have the opportunity and be posting notes about different campaigns that are looking for help. One of the more important ones is for the New Hampshire primary, first primary, right after the Iowa caucuses. Governor Christie's office's campaign has already asked if any students or others are interested in being part of their canvassing efforts up in New Hampshire. If you're interested in that, please send me an email at dcaputo@pace.edu. I'll be posting other things throughout the semester. You'll have ample opportunity to go to some of the major primaries if you want to. and to observe what it's like to be on the ground working for a candidate. Second thing that's important is that we may, at times, if things work out, have a few people who will either speak directly to us live or will speak to us via video, and hopefully we'll also have a chance to ask them questions. So, if you're interested in politics, if you're interested in learning about the 2016 campaign, and if you're interested in learning about how this campaign relates to the broader set of issues in American democracy, this MOOC is for you. So I hope to see you when it's up and running, which will be the last week in January. If you simply drop me a note, I can get you scheduled in there, pre-enrolled in the MOOC, and we'll take it from there. Remember, the MOOC, massive open online course, no academic credit, no cost, and you get to advance at your own time and pace. Okay? Very good. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in late January.